Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whenever and wherever you I'm going back to the Peter Plan, playing once again Planescape Torment, as we have one more Century Stone to do before we speak to Quell. After all, now that we have done 2 of the 3, we cannot leave behind the last one, and this one is called the Messenger. But let me be precise here. I think that in this case, I am not going to read out the entire experience. This experience is a lovely experience. Don't get me wrong, but it's not immersive for the story. It doesn't really help anything except for one little thing. Now, a see me you did, a spoke you did, and poorly. So the price you paid. The crone sounds amused, then her tone drops sharply. No more of your questions. Now you will listen. You will remember my words, for reminding me you shall live. She hisses. Not if you hear me, or not a bit shall I take. Remember me, traveler. Remember me to stone one of the pretty glimmers in your festive hall. Use it like a cup. Pour what you feel into it, and know this. Remember me to a man who wears a skin of scars and tattoos, who seeks memories but has misplaced them. If smart he is, he will know the knowing of me. Tell him to find me here, or if I am not to be found, tell him to come to a Glimmerstone. We shall speak, my precious man and I. The one pauses, then hisses. Not if you hear me, a ragged thing. Pretty polite to a listen, so long, when he comes into the Glimmerstone. Tell the man to speak my name, and your pain shall not even been in vain. The crone's voice trails off as if distracted. You try to speak again, but there is only a sick gurgling noise. What happened? Who is this person? Why are you? You begin to feel yourself slip into unconsciousness. Yes, a man here visited Ravel Puzzlewell. These Century Stones are amazing, and that is why you would never want to skip them, but the beginning is just him arriving. Ravel, it is I.
Updated my journal.
There's silence. Ravel? Ah, my precious man. There's the slow shoveling of feet, and you feel a sharp pinprick in your left eye. You gasp, and suddenly barely you can see. There's your one and only eye. You lie in a grey hut upon a dirty floor where blood, your bright red blood, has seeped into the surrounding grey dust. Your arms are gone, your legs have been hacked off at the knees, yet you feel numbed and there is no pain, only fear. There's someone above you, someone looking down on you. As you look up through your bloody blurred vision, you see a horrible bluish grey face, grinning with yellow tusk. Ravel is pleased. I'm wondering if this messenger would make it. For weak he was when his bits were placed on my plate. Yeah, she more or less ate him. Without leaving him limbs, I have no idea how he got home. She holds up a talon in front of you, and impaled on the tip of it is an eyeball, right one. Yet to the festive hall he returned it as seems, and our time together as he shared. Now shall you know you have come. Success. Ravel, I have many questions for you. The crone shakes her head, your blurred vision seeing 3 images at once. Her greyish hair is like brambles drifting down her shoulders. No, only time for answers does Ravel have, and she has no time to waste with your guess questions. Notice, and the knowing grows strong. You must find me, my precious man. But how? I do not know.
Updated my journal.
Shh. I am beyond knowing in a lady's place. Now shh, and listen to a Ravel. For there is much you must do to find me. 3 things you must do. Find the door, know the key, then unlock the key. Unlock the key? Unlock the door normally is what you say. And knowing the key is not enough, so Ravel thinks. Knowing it and unlocking it, 2 tasks they must be joined. For a time a thing knows not its nature. But you are no stranger to that, Ravel cackles, a long hideous cry that follows your ears with pain. And what door do you speak of? I assume you're talking about a portal. The door is not a finished thing, at least, when I last gazed upon it. But in the passing of time, perhaps now well wrought it is. Go to a place of forges and steel. Perhaps there you will find a door that takes one to me. And what is this key you speak of? To know if the key is speaking to one of the knowings ones. Many there are in the festival. Many. Yet only one man knows the knowing of what the key is you need. Lose his tongue, and many a secret shall spill the forth. Farewell then, Ravel. Return, and I will give what help I can. Ravel gives a final smile, a horrible yellow-fanged grin. A blackish tongue dawns from her lips and lingering at the edge, teasing. But in the end, only one question remains. What do you mean, Ravel? Only one question, this I ask. Ravel's eyes blazed like fires, the red light turning her face blood red. What can change the nature of a man? As the question, you feel a tremor pass through you, like thunder, and you feel yourself burn. Let the experience go. Your vision clears and, whoa, I feel a little bit horrid, but it is the way it is. Quill! She said I need to talk to a man and a knowing in the festival. And Splinter said we had to go to you. So time to get the ball rolling and get a going. Oh dear, now I've gone and talk a lick, Ravel. I think I may have had an addiction. This older man is chewing on something, muttering softly to himself. After a moment there's a crack as he crunches down on the object in his mouth and swallows it. His brushy, brazy white eyebrows furrow for a moment, rise and then furrow again. Greetings. Without so much as looking at you, the man reaches into his tunic, pulls out a pooch-colored bowl, regards it curiously for a moment, and pops it into his mouth. I said greetings. The man frowns and waves you away, then nods to himself thoughtfully as he savors the flavor of whatever he's put into his mouth. I've got some questions. The man smirks, bites his thumb at you, then abruptly pauses. His cheeks swell, and with a violent gag he spits up a large black fly, which begins to buzz around his chamber. Minorian candies be damned, he cries, shaking his fist at the insect. You also do. What? What do you know about Ravel Puzzlewell? He pops a small red candy into his mouth. You always enterprise about molesting person wages with your ignorant prattle. Babbling, bluttering, chittering, chattering. The candy shoots from his mouth on chattering, flying in a high arc to land on the floor with a wet plop. He stares at it sadly. I am sorry about your candy. It was so tasty too, he mews. He then looks up, snarling. Sorry? Hey, you should be, you piking dung beetle. Mages deserve respect, and bashers like you should know their proper place. He begins to jump up and down. Proper place, proper place. Calm down, I only mean to ask some questions, and besides, I'm a mage myself. I care not, you jesty beef-witted picknut. His eyes bulge out as he japs his finger at you. Now off of you! Off with you! And do not return without being prepared to show the proper respect. Come bearing tribute. A gift. He suddenly draws close and whispers from the side of his mouth. Candies or chocolate would be nice, but nothing common, mind you. Bring something exotic. Now be gone! Fine, I'll look around the ward for something suitable then.
Updated my journal.
I must confess that Nordum is perhaps the cutest little rogue Modron I've ever encountered.
Okay then. By the way, you have missed some interjections between my companions as I was, dungeon delving and getting some experience, but yes, I guess some of those interactions are really fun, but some of them also repeat if you are lucky. By the way, I've got a little bit ahead of myself. I do want to get into Vreshka's shop because there is something here that I need. Actually, I need a darn lot of things, and I think I'm going to pre-buy them. But also, in the last episode, we actually asked Nordum for a few things. One is we have now Fanged Mirror of Ikarkia, invokes Soul Exodus. I don't even know actually what this does anymore. I thought it was a pain miracle, but it isn't. This mirror can be used against an opponent. When used, it will reflect a spectral vision of the target that will appear and attempt to kill them. Alright. Possible insta-kill, because it looks so much like this one, but this is the mirror of imaging. That is very interesting. Mirror of imaging will probably go then to Dark. We hardly actually need these things. Charm Infinite Recall. Well, we could still use it a little bit. We cannot identify everything just yet. This is a magnifying glass. It gives +10 to lore skill, but I find it such a needless thing, because if I take off everything that lowers his lore, he only has 18 lore. As he is a fighter, he gains but 1 lore per level. So I find those lore enhancing bonuses for Norda quite useless. We also found a glass eye, which is like just really bad. We can just sell that, just like that one. A gold bracelet, very nice, but stinger earring is the best of that. We have some junk here that we can just drop. Stinger earring. Who will get that? I already gave one to Anna. I guess the other one will go to Fallen from Grace, making sure that she is a little bit more difficult to hit. Because I have leveled up Anna in such a way that, well, everything is currently at a nice 95%, but her stealth mainly comes from her, well, her earring 10%, but mainly, of course, her punching daggers who give her plus 35%. I guess I will level it up a little bit, and then she can wear both stinger earrings, giving her a sweet -8.
I'm gone.
But I want a lot of exotic items, if you will. But let me first see if I can sell you this. I sell you this indeed for 210 gold. That may be actually not the optimum price that you can get for it, but whatever. Time to buy a lot of from you, you weird woman, you. I would like to buy... What does this again? It's a jug, it's got some sort of monster trapped in it. No. I don't really want that. I want the Fiend's Tongue. This is going a little bit ahead of myself, I know. For 66 coppers. I'll take it. I also would like the Gorgonzola. Oh. I won't take that. I will take that later, for perhaps I am more or less causing myself to lose something. Stained lens, room covered ale stain, we don't need that. Tattered ragdoll. Years have not been kind to this tiny ragdoll. It is coming apart as it seems, and looks like its threads are unraveling. It's obviously intended to be a replica of the Lady of Pain, but the button eyes and its blush softness don't strike much fear into your heart. Vrishka holds it up for you. This was found in a well-trapped strongbox sunk deep beneath the surface of Sigil. It's part of a small hoard of treasure. A forbidden magical text, though I don't know what it is for. 99 coppers. I'll take it. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. What we want, of course, is the Devastators as well. I'll take those. And... wrong dialogue option. My mistake. That's the back of the store. I want the front of the store. The Codex of the Inconceivable. That cool. Vrishka is the Codex of the Inconceivable. It's only say that it's just well, I cannot explain it. Mere words won't suffice, even for her. You can own it for yourself for a mere 1,000 copper commons. I'll take it. And the exotic items, I want the last thing that I want, and that's, of course, a chocolate quasit. Examine the twisted little imp creature, sculpted out of pure milk chocolate. It looks delicious, doesn't it? Imported from the lower plains. These are rare, you know, and quite prized by lovers of chocolate and confections. It's a real quasit, a fiendish familiar, polymorphed into chocolate by a powerful sorcery. Oh, I'll take it. I'm sure that Quill would consider that very good. But we also have now got this little thing, which we really do want. This is the chocolate quasit. Yes, it really looks like it. But first, the Codex of the Inconceivable. Open it and read. You unlock the book's bindings and open it. As you glance over the tome's contents, your jaw drops. You stand spellbound, flipping through its pages. And contents are simply too much to be described. Mere words seem powerless to explain the wonders that it holds. What is it, Chief? I have no words, just show him. More floats over your shoulder to examine the Codex contents. His eyes nearly pop from their sockets as they can scan the pages. Wow. He thoughtfully for a moment looking down the Codex before closing it and reverently putting the tome away. Thank you very much. It's actually an extremely
Done.
type of flavor thing. 1,000 gold for 1,000 experience is a little bit high on the price in this game. I think that for anyone in this world, if we would give some money and we would gain like levels, and all of a sudden we would have 5 years of experience in, I don't know, programming computers, making the best games ever, then everybody would do it. But in this game, it's a bit expensive. But what we didn't do was back here. We couldn't enter because we were not part of the Society of Sensation, but now Splinter has given us leave to be part of it. despite us still being unaligned, unlike, for instance, Fall from Grace. Here, voila! The attractive young woman smiles pleasantly. Greetings, sir. She closes her eyes and flips through a large ledger, stopping at what seems to be a random page and opening her eyes once more. Ah, here's your room key. She hands you a small key. The easternmost chamber has been waiting quite some time for your return. Would you like to rest now, sir? No, but what do you mean by waiting for my return? The clerk gives you a strange look. My ledger indicates that this is your key, sir, and has been for a good long time. If that is not so, then perhaps I'm merely mistaken. Would you like to rest now, sir? Not right now, for all. Well, for some reason it also opens up the other rooms. Don't ask me why, but they do.
Force. All right. Done. Forced it. Done.
Everybody wants to have the content, so we could not enter. Oh, there we go. Even more stuff. Is there more we can rob over here? Because, well, this is an RPG, and you can rob people blind, unless, for instance, you get caught in the more modern ones, like, for instance, Fallout 4. But yeah, these sensates, they will stand here. They won't care a darn thing if I just open up their stuff.
Force. All right.
And I'll just take it, because that is how it works in this game. And you would be a fool not to do so. But, our room.
Done.
This is our room. It's been a while since we've been here, she said. It looks like an incredibly large room where we can do a lot of things. And I do not have inventory space. That's kind of bad. We don't need this key anymore, I believe, in order to open it. So let's put that away. In fact, Mort, I want you to drop... oh, I still had myself, that's why. Mort, I want you to drop all the things we have had pocketing in our inventory where you have no more use for. Like, Strayham's Diary, Sanctuary Key, Mortuary Task List, Dustman Request, and what have you not. The left arm of a zombie, the stone, the receiving log page, all of it gone. Finally. We no longer need it. And we have now a place that I would consider my storage space. How can that be too far away? Dakan is like not even across the room, but alright, whatever. That is still probably the messing about because of the screen resolution having been changed as I installed that mod. Ooh, Pacify I don't know yet, and I want to learn Pacify. After all, I have endless spells that I can learn. And Pacify is a really good one. This is just practical to keep that one. Though I did sell a few, actually, to be honest. And you really need to learn Chromatic Orb. Because Chromatic Orb is awesome! As he is now a level 9 mage, paralyzed for 30 to 100 seconds. As I will soon get a Black Orb. That is very, very awesome. And in a sense, actually, I like the... Violet one better because it paralyzes and petrification instead of damage and then paralyzes for a shorter amount of time. So actually I kind of like that one better, but yes, Dakan now owns... Did he already notice? How did it get over here? What? I may have just... Oh, it was already in the character spellbook, it said. I am just a blind dummy, apparently. But the Pacify spell. Where did I go? That is already learned by me, probably, right? Yeah, I'm just... Okay, I'm all over the place with not doing things proper. There you go.
I'm gone.
But in our former room, we can find a lot of stuff. Look at the amount of charms that are gathered over here, and oh my dear lord, I have gotten not enough space to do on this. You are a bit hurt though. At 6 hit points, then you are now exactly at max hit points. That is convenient. So is Anna nearly. That is perfect.
Done.
I know when people have these charms, but I haven't seen these charms in ages. They are very rare, as you can see. Bone charm, this is only the... Well, that's the 8 bone charm that we collected, so it's not that rare. It's only the 3rd not a charm. I rarely use these charms unless I really need to. For instance, it would have been useful to use them against, for instance, the Dark Evil Wizard, if we had need of them, but, well, we kinda... owned? Pwned? Whatever word you want to use, that is your favorite internet trope for that. I just say we won. But probably then I'm just being incredibly old-fashioned and boring. I don't actually know what this does again. Blindness. Could be useful. But this one I think was a lot of damage resistance back in the day. Yeah, and 4 armor class. So I kind of want to give you that, and this is just a cranium red. Till that we can collect 1 copper common for, so it's not really that important. But that, the biggest thing of all, is this thing.
It. Done. I'm gone.
Because of, well, this spell that is inside our first... No, not our first level 5 spell, not by a long shot, but I like this one. This is Fire and Ice. I actually will remove one of these for it. Because this is both fire damage and cold damage, and this is just cold damage. I do like this spell. Alright, and what Enos duplication? And we're getting a lot of spells, but what we're also getting is this thing. The dodecahedron. Don't use if you don't have a lot of wisdom, but I have a lot of wisdom. This heavy dodecahedron, which is, I think, a 12-sided dice? Dodecahedron? Not sure. About the size of both your fists balled together seems inexplicably familiar to you. Its texture is cool and smooth, but whether it's metal or stone, you cannot tell. A certain almost intangible tension runs over the object, as if it were ready to spring into the air at any moment. Examine it closely. Upon closer examination, you realize that each side of the dodecahedron is a plate that can be twisted clockwise and counterclockwise. It appears to be a puzzle box or combination lock. As each of the pentagonal plates has 5 possible positions, dodecahedron has no less than, 5 sizes for a 12-sided die, I think. A dodecahedron has no less than 244,145,625 settings. I don't know how you calculated that so quickly in your mind, but then again, I don't have an intelligence of 21, and that is beyond this world, or less. It would take every second of the next 77 odd years to hit all the combinations, but then you might just get lucky and stumble onto the solution in minutes. Fiddle with it for a bit. As you methodically twist the cold grey facets of the dodecahedron, a strange sensation forms at the base of your skull. Your hands seem to move on their own accord, turning the object and spinning its facets with mechanical precision. You've done this before. You knew the combinations once. You've also become aware that there is a certain danger within the object. Whether it's from simple traps or something less mundane, though, you cannot recall. Keep working at it. In moments you have what might be the first 4 sides locked into their proper places. As you begin to twist the 5th side of the dodecahedron, you recall a cunning blade trap that would snap out to lash at the meddler's hands. Slashing the wrists and severing fingers, you avoid the trap with the proper number of rotations, certain that you've made progress in the unraveling of the object's secret. Well, that is going to happen a little bit more often, circumventing another trap. The fact of the matter is, I have a lot of wisdom, so I recollect everything, your sorcerer's runes, and thus this thing is not so terrible for me. And in the end comes this. The dodecahedron splits once, twice, and eventually unfolds itself impossibly into a perfect rectangular tablet the size of a large book. Etched in the surface are a series of bizarre symbols. It looks to be a code or a language that you feel should be familiar to you, but it's not. Further examination of the tablet reveals that by twisting the pentacle facets that are now upon the undersides of the tablet, different pages may be displayed across the tablet's face. You finally realize that the dodecahedron is a tome or journal of some sort.
Updated my journal.
I have a language to learn.
Alright.
And, well, there is actually one more building I lied the last time around. I just realized when we went to the Advocate that, well, we had only one building we haven't searched. We actually haven't gone into 2 buildings in the Clerk's Ward. Time to go there, I would say. And get this party started. Let's get it started, oh, let's get it started in here. And yeah, after that, well,
done.
We are getting close to unraveling something of Ravel Puzzle Wars secrets. And that means that we are starting the 2nd phase of the game, where we travel a little bit more around the world. around the world. I'll just take this from you. Thank you very much. Greetings, I am Finnan. Sorry, that must have spiked my mic. I must beg your pardon, sir, but I care a little for guests, invited or otherwise, so unless you have business with me, I would ask you to leave. I had some questions. I would have you know that I am a scholar and a linguist, sir. I am happily entertain any question regarding my field of study, language and the like. I can be of no help to any other things. Well, unfold the dodecahedron to a page with writing on it and ask if you can translate it. In short, he says, I recognize it from his notes, but I cannot understand it because only his father knew it. A linguist like himself. Well, do you have his notes still? Finnan shakes his hand. They'll be of no use to you if you're looking to translate anything. And the few actual books he had pertaining in this language disappeared around the time of his murder, I believe. Your father was murdered? Strangled he was. He left to tutor someone. He taught various languages to supplement his research income and was discovered dead in a side chamber of the civic festival. Oh dear. Well, I have a feeling who that might be. That was some 50 years ago now. I was but a child. He knew the language though and could teach it. Surely he did and could, well, where he lies today. My father was said to be a great teacher. Yeah. I have a skill with language, but not a patience for others, sadly. Is he interred into the mortuary? I know his ashes are kept here. He points at a bronze urn, sitting atop a cabinet, besides a bouquet of purple flowers. Why? A wry smile crosses on his lips. A necroscope, are you? Speak for the dead? He suddenly frowned. I have no wish to speak on these things any longer. You have to excuse me, sir, for Will. Well, sorry, but we have you stories, bones tell. Finn Unle, beloved husband, father and scholar of 100 languages. In short, we are just going to ask him to teach us this language. And he said that it's the tongue of Ujo. It was one of the rarest in the multiverse. I knew of none who spoke it, save myself and that one damnable murderous student. Yeah. Learn what I can from the spirit. I will spirit speak to you of the lost language of Ujo. There's a throbbing sensation in your temples of a memory begins to surface. Memories of this language. You recall letters, words, phrases until you aspire while blowing away with a blanket of poison smogs over the great foundry. The language is once more revealed to you in its entirety.
Updated my journal.
There's another memory though. A darker one. Its presence troubles you somehow, fills you with unease and unexplained pangs of guilt.
Updated my journal.
Always allows memories to serve us. It gives us more experience. Moreover, we know. At last you recall Finn Unle himself. Yeah, we killed him. Wow, how surprising.
Updated my journal.
I will tell him the honesty that I have murdered him, but it was a previous incarnation. But why? Why? And why would you come to me once more? Did you forget what I had been taught? No? Well, yes. It's difficult to explain. But it must have been a former self of mine that murdered you. Each time I die, I reawaken, as if from sleep. But I've forgotten everything. Who I was, or what I had done. I think I understand. I sense your regret and would forgive you. May peace be with you, pupil of old. May you prove kinder in this life than in the one which saw an end to mine. Well, thanks so much. Let's now read our dodecahedron. And we can read a lot of pages. Some of them we know, like Whispering Shadows. This is about the shadows that are following us. A female ghost. This is Dianora. We know her, and here I don't know her, and she torments me. More or less, this is once again the incarnation that is mad. Putting traps everywhere, like also in the tomb. We have one incarnation pretty mad and one incarnation that was pretty practical. Read about hiding something within your own body. And so I swallowed it. Yeah, we know it was pulled out of us. But paranoid ranting. Yeah, we know of that. We know of the accursed tattoos, because we talked to him in the Century Stone. This is Dreams and Revel. She says someone with power and that she will have me, will find me. Get away, hag. Stay far away from me. Leave me in peace. I want nothing to do with you. Will have me? Strange. Yeah, I used the goblet of Samir to force awakening dream. I saw a hag. She tempted me. And, well, he hated it, so he destroyed the goblet. As he searched for answers, and it wasn't something he liked, he destroyed her. She was a myth, a fairy tale, who alone challenged the Lady of Pain. How could one fight someone who is a myth? I don't have the weapons. I need weapons that will kill her should she find me. I need a strategy so she cannot defeat me when she comes for me. I must devise and think and I shall beat her. Yeah, quite paranoid. But then again, Ravel is a night hag, so the danger of names. We have read about that as well and have been told about it. I'm sorry that I'm a bit of annoying. Killing in a Festal. Yeah, that is the language of Uyo. We just talked about that as well. We remember that. We didn't need that. Cryptic answer from an unknown source, however. You have been so the ghastly had said. So you have been divided. You are one of many men. One in many men? You bear many names. Each has left their scars on your flesh. Last one, immortal one, incarnation's end. Man of 1,000 deaths, the one doomed to live, restless one. The one of many, the one whom life holds prisoner. The bringer of shadows, the wounded one. Misery bringer, Yemet. You are you are silvered glass that has been cracked and the pieces shattered across history. Only one piece is of importance. Regain that and your life will be yours again. It will be your prize. This prize will buy you a chance. Without the chance you are doomed. You have lost that which is never meant to be separated from man. Your mortality has been stripped away from you. Lost. It exists, but you must find it before your mind is lost to you as well. Our mortality. And there we have the answer to our immortality. I don't think we ever had it that precisely spelled out to us. And we read something about a legacy. 51 AA. Forget not to collect your legacy. And a small code scratched beside it. A trap, no doubt. Set by yet another one of my false selves. I'll see it destroyed, I will. Well, hopefully it's not, but with that, I say, I thank you for watching. And remember, great peril yields great beauty.